I don't need your help. When a billionaire's daughter and single dad meet in the storm. The city never slept, but tonight, it felt like it was drowning. Rain pounded the streets, thunder rolled over the skyline, and somewhere between the glittering towers of wealth and the darkened alleyways of struggle, two lives were about to collide. Chapter 1, The Breakdown. Evelyn Carter hated storms. They reminded her of everything she couldn't control: the unpredictable, the messy, the emotional. And tonight, the storm was all three. Her sleek black Mercedes coughed once, then died completely in the middle of the road. Perfect, she muttered, slamming the steering wheel. She was returning from a business gala her father had forced her to attend. Appearances matter, Evelyn, he said. You represent the Carter name. The Carter name: billion-dollar real estate empire, luxury hotels, and ruthless headlines. She stepped out, clutching her designer coat. Within seconds, she was soaked. The street was nearly deserted, except for a faint light coming from a small auto repair shop across the street. She hesitated. Her heels were sinking into puddles, her hair plastered to her face, but she needed shelter. Chapter 2, The Mechanic. Inside the dimly lit shop, Daniel Hayes was trying to fix an old blue pickup. He worked late most nights, not because he loved it, but because bills didn't pay themselves. His 7-year-old daughter, Lila, was asleep in the small office at the back, wrapped in a blanket. When the door burst open, Daniel turned. A woman stood there, drenched, trembling slightly, looking like she'd stepped out of a magazine and into the wrong part of town. "Can I help you?" he asked, wiping his hands on a rag. "My car, it broke down. Out there." She pointed toward the street. "Do you have someone who can?" "I'm someone," he interrupted, his tone calm. He grabbed his jacket and walked out with her. As they reached the car, Evelyn folded her arms. "It's a Mercedes." "I'm not sure if." Daniel gave a small smirk. "A car's a car. Doesn't matter if it's a Mercedes or a minivan. The engine still breathes the same." She watched him work, quick, confident, focused. He wasn't the type she usually met: no tailored suits, no fake smiles, no empty compliments. Just quiet strength. When he finally stood, rain dripping from his hair, he said, "Battery's dead. I can jump it, but you shouldn't be driving far tonight. Storm's getting worse." "I can call someone," she said automatically, reaching for her phone. "Dead." Daniel raised an eyebrow. "Guess it's your lucky night. You'll have to trust a stranger." Chapter 3, Shelter from the Storm. Back in the shop, Evelyn warmed her hands by a small space heater while Daniel poured her a cup of coffee. "You can wait here until it clears," he said. "It's not much, but it's dry." Lila stirred in the back room, her small voice calling, "Daddy." Daniel smiled softly. "It's okay, sweetheart. Go back to sleep." Evelyn glanced over, surprise softening her features. "She's your daughter?" "Yeah," he said quietly. "Her mom passed a few years ago." "I'm sorry," Evelyn murmured. Daniel shrugged. "We manage. She keeps me going." Evelyn nodded, suddenly aware of how empty her own life felt. She had everything: penthouse view, designer wardrobe, social media perfection, but none of it warmed her like this small, cluttered repair shop did. "Do you always work this late?" she asked. "Bills don't stop at sunset," he replied, a wry smile on his lips. She smiled faintly. "I wouldn't know." Chapter 4, Two Worlds, One Night. The hours passed slowly. They talked at first awkwardly, then easily. Evelyn confessed she hated her father's empire but didn't he know who she was without it. Daniel confessed he used to be an engineer before an accident cost him his career and his wife. Somewhere between the hum of the rain and the flicker of the heater, something shifted between them. You know, Daniel said, leaning against the counter, you don't seem like the kind of person who ends up stranded in a storm. I don't seem like the kind of person who talks to mechanics, either, she replied with a teasing smile. He laughed, low and genuine. Guess the storm had other plans. Chapter 5, The Morning After. By dawn, the storm had faded. The city sparkled under a gray sunrise. Evelyn's car was fixed, her phone charged. But she didn't want to leave. Lila woke up and ran straight to Daniel. Evelyn watched them, the way he lifted his daughter, the way she giggled, the warmth that filled the air. She hadn't felt that in years. I should go, Evelyn said softly. Daniel nodded, but there was something unspoken in his eyes. Drive safe, Evelyn Carter. She hesitated. How did you? He smirked. You dropped your business card. Carter Real Estate, fancy logo, and all. Her cheeks flushed. Right. As she drove away, Daniel watched her disappear into traffic. He didn't know why, but the shop suddenly felt emptier than usual. Chapter 6, The Return. A week later, Daniel was closing up when a familiar car pulled up. Evelyn stepped out, wearing a simple sweater and jeans this time. No chauffeur, no pretense. Need another jump, Daniel teased. She smiled. No, I came to say thank you. You didn't even charge me. He shrugged. You looked like you needed a break, not a bill. She looked around the small shop. Do you ever think about doing more than this? You're talented. He chuckled. I used to. But dreams cost time I don't have. What if someone invested in you? She asked quietly. He blinked. You mean, you? She smiled. Carter Industries could use someone who understands real work. Maybe we could help each other. He hesitated. Are you sure your father would approve? I don't need his approval, she said. Not anymore. Chapter 7, The Proposal. Over the next few months, Daniel's small shop became something more, a joint project between them. She helped him expand, and he helped her rediscover what real purpose felt like. They spent late nights planning, arguing, laughing. Sometimes Lila would fall asleep on Evelyn's lap while they worked, and Daniel would look at them both and realize he was falling in love. One night, as rain began to fall again, Evelyn stood by the window. Funny, she said. It all started with a storm. Daniel walked over, his voice soft. You hated storms. I did, she whispered, turning to him. Until one brought me you. He brushed a strand of hair from her face. You still don't need my help. She smiled, tears glinting in her eyes. Maybe I do. Just not with cars. He kissed her, then slow, gentle, certain. Outside, the rain poured down again, but this time, it didn't feel like chaos. It felt like home. Epilogue, 1 year later. The Carter Hayes Foundation opened its first youth tech center in downtown Chicago, a place for underprivileged kids to learn engineering and mechanics. Reporters called it a surprising partnership. Evelyn called it fate. As she stood with Daniel and Lila on opening day, cameras flashing, Daniel leaned close and whispered, "Storms aren't so bad after all." Evelyn smiled, her heart full. Not when they bring the right people together.